but now
We're on.
this is your platform basically. I've done zero prep this week.
Oh,
The only thing that I'm looking into this week is how many calories things are, which for the autistic side of me is fucking mint. I'm absolutely loving it. I spent a good 15 minutes working out just how many calories per portion. Well, working out the total amount of calories in a low-calorie Caesar salad dressing that I made today, and then how many calories per portion, so I could get it around 100 calories per portion of the dressing size.
So do you believe in all that then, yeah?
Do I believe in calories?
Yeah. Even though it's been proven that the food pyramid is a lie and everything else about stuff to do with food is
bollocks.
a lie.
The food pyramid is bollocks because that's constantly adjusted in order just to, well...
Sell wheat.
Well, sell anything. Sell whatever the fuck they need to sell at the time. Also, the food pyramid has never been considered or really backed as a scientific fucking thing. It's just a picture that was put on the teller.
The food mafia then?
The food mafia?
Yeah, do you reckon it was him? And he was like, oh yeah.
Who's the food mafia?
Be a shame if more people were to start eating rice, wouldn't it, Mr. Dairyman?
Yeah. Oh, right. Bringing this one back.
Yeah, why not?
No,
it's safer to bring into a public one than Rapey Terry.
I can't remember if the food mafia television people were part of a Patreon or a Spotify episode, but sound.
Me neither. But
the Casa Nostra of the fucking cuisine world could well be the ones like pulling the strings, being like, well, we're actually maybe it's a diplomatic thing. Maybe like we're trying to strengthen ties with the East at the moment, so we're going to be using a lot more rice. We're going to be shipping in a lot of ginger, chilies and the likes of stuff.
Man, vermicelli, yeah? We can get some of that in there. That sounds Italian.
Yes, we were just begging to do an Italian accent there. A bad New York Italian accent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fugazi. That's fugazi. You gotta speak with the hands. If you wanna get in on the food mafia, you wanna get in and control where the bread goes. You know what I'm saying? You need to elongate those fucking syllables. You know what I'm saying?
I can't really do it. I can do, as we've discussed before, I can do varying degrees of special needs.
And anything across like
I can do.
The Yorkshire / like fucking Manchester
I can do
region.
Various northwest accents, which will only appeal to people in the northwest because my accent is just that strong and already a mixture of two.
But calories are fucking real, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been it. I would still be a massive fat shit.
Do you think?
Well, not I think, mate.
I don't know, man.
It
seems convenient, though, doesn't it?
Why does it seem convenient?
That they can measure that they can be like, oh yeah, if you eat this amount of this, that gives you this amount of energy.
No, it doesn't make it convenient.
Surely everybody uses a different amount of energy.
Yes, you're right.
So how can they measure that then? What's the metric?
Because you can create a general guide. You can create an average, as you do with most things, mate. As you do with most things. Like, you set a speedo on a car. No two car speedos are probably as exactly accurate as each other. But there's still 150 on the fucking dash, and if you hit 150, you're probably doing around 150 because that's how accurate the speedos are. So if your calculations are that accurate, you take into account the fluctuations. Obviously, the extreme cases. Can you hear those sirens? I'm leaving the door. Brilliant. I'm leaving the door. It adds to the effect.
Yeah.
For those who are out there hearing that, this is the truth we're talking right. That's the fat mafia there. The food mafia trying to break in and silence us for me telling
there
Jack
is a lot of
Italian
real. Foods in general diets, isn't there? You've got like everything from like little cherry tomatoes to wine to fucking pasta, pizza, ice cream.
Mate. They have infiltrated it like a hell of a lot.
It does make you. Yep, that's what makes me suspicious of it, man. Of just the food and that. They're like, oh yeah, because they were massive in fucking logistics as well throughout America and Europe.
What, the Italians?
Yeah, so it makes sense that they'd be like,
yeah,
well,
but think about it. They were just fucking following on from the Romans, weren't they? They were like, we set the trend a long time ago. We do it again.
They were working with the Catholics during World War II, weren't they, to smuggle stuff across the seas, the oceans.
I mean, it's not exactly been a bad thing. The Italian and Greek diets, two of the healthiest diets on the planet. So, like, if you're gonna have any sort of smuggling or any sort of food mafia nefarious activities going on, it's for the better. Like, imagine they didn't bring Italian food and pizza and pasta weren't two of the most favourite dishes in the fucking country, and instead, like, it was the Norwegians and the fucking Swedish that brought over like pickled herring and all that shit, and like all the stuff that we're like, you're basically eating seal blubber. What the fuck is this?
I bet seal blubber must be good though.
Nah.
Do you not think?
I don't like.
Think about pig fat, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to bring it up. If it's not cooked right, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, but I bet if you cook a seal good.
They don't cook this shit, man. Have you not seen most of the stuff they eat fucking raw?
It's out of tins, innit?
Not, or even if it's fresh, they just eat the cunt raw. Because no infections can survive where they live, because nothing should survive where they live. They shouldn't survive where they live. And the fact that they do survive where they live, with such little sunlight and such fucking few Celsius, that's why they're depressed, and they put themselves constantly through pain by eating the most insufferable food possible.
Well, seeing as we're talking
we're
about
going
like
back to being
people,
an anti-Swedish podcast.
That's fine, we can, but we're
Fantastic.
saying stuff like those people. I was watching some stuff today that was suggesting that it's racist to suggest that African people didn't build the pyramids and that the pyramids aren't time machines and stargates. To say that is racist. I get where they're coming from with the argument of you're trying to take away the achievements of, a huge group of people. But also, it did make me think, well, what if they've used educational systems to make young people more aware of racism and to be able to point into different things, saying all of these other things are racist, so that people go, oh, I'm not going to read about that or learn about that, because if I start to learn about the aliens making the pyramids or how the pyramids are the tips of the exhaust pipes of spaceships that the Earth is built around, then I'm a racist rather than just a conspiracy theorist or a fun person.
You've managed to avoid cancel culture until now.
Why?
Because
that's not something to get cancelled
up until now, they've not come for any of the things that are in your fucking
they have
your
the
perimeter.
Stuff.
Yeah, but not
they
a race.
With that
it's not a race thing, is it?
Not a race thing, but within a week.
Exactly.
I've been called racist for some of the stuff I've made, and it's just confused the fuck out of me.
I'm not surprised.
One of the rap people, someone was like, "This one's very racist," and other people were like, "Yeah, I agree," because you could pull its trousers down and it had a dick made out of a tail. Apparently, that was racist. And I had, when I was selling mystery boxes years ago, still do, but they used to sell more. I put a piece of Afrikaner in one and sent it off to America, and Americans obviously mustn't have as ready access to the Afrikaner and ethnic art that we have here. And to them, they weren't happy at all. They thought I'd made it and sent it to
them. Well, now they're gonna come and now people are gonna come and claim that all the things that you have quite happily for many years put down to being due to aliens or being some other dimensions and shit like that. People are now gonna come and claim that as theirs. More importantly, white women are going to come and claim that as other peoples that aren't white women. And you're going to be like, no, I do believe actually that was the Anunnaki. And bang, that's Jack on the cross, man.
This has all come from some girl making songs, like fucking awful songs. Some fucking hippie looking lady who seems to live in a car. Yeah.
The one, I think, like fucking their parents. Her parents are evil as fuck.
And she talks like that as she sings, and it makes it sound like it should rhyme, but it doesn't.
And all she does...
Painful. Yeah, and her dad's like a Lockheed Martin or something.
I don't know if that's fucking like just one of them. Well, it's because that's a common meme. Is like you see a middle class like hippie person covered in dreads, fucking chatting about seeing through their third eye. Usually, they're doing all of this because mum and dad are bankrolling it all. Well, no, mum and dad are bankrolling it all.
I thought it'd be like an inherited guilt, being like, we're dropping bombs on them.
Does she have the ability to feel guilt? I don't think so. Also, if you listen to her songs, right, I use the term song loosely. I know the exact woman you're talking about. I've grown an immense hatred of her over the last 2-3 months. I've done some digging. Well, not some digging. I've listened to. I've enjoyed the art.
Trowel.
A scope, a recon,
Oh.
a quick fucking reconnaissance mission with a smoke at like 2 a.m. to be like, what the fuck? Why are you pissing me off? Let's get to the bottom of this. Every single one of her songs, right, is just like a checklist of all the fucking key points that like new age hippie folk are into. Like, without making it rhyme or sound like they're connected, she'll just list off stuff like, oh, salt lamps, magic mushrooms, ayahuasca.
It's like the generation game, but for
weirdos. Yeah. Shout out your answers for top 10 things you would really like to see on a list of healing centres at your local Boomtown Festival. I would like to see Crystal Spirit Healing. Yep, it's there.
And the survey says... Top answer. Like to play or pass?
Oh, I'd like to play, please. I'd like
pass.
To fucking play.
Pass it here. You've had it for
no,
fucking
I'd like
ages,
to play. I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna play. Oh, she's gonna play for £1,500. Can you name the next one on the list?
Shaman.
Oh, our survey says.
You've won a spot prize. It's a fridge freezer combi, but it's solar powered because we knew you were going to be here.
Don't worry, your dad developed this technology off the back of all that money he made selling missiles to the American government so they could flatten Syria.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the ice dispenser does double up as a droid handset.
Yeah, I fucking hate her. Absolutely hate her. I'd love to just like just when she's not looking, set fire to 2 or 3 of her dreads. Because they're thick, them.
You get that smell of pork crackling as well. Then that gets you that fatty pork smell.
Yeah, that would actually, what that would do is, because those dreads are quite thick, they would burn slow and they'd actually render most of the fat for it. Which is this is the key I've got with pork. Thanks for bringing it back, Jack. Is most people will cook it too hot and will just or boil it, do one of the two where they don't do it right. They'll either chuck it in a pan that's not quite ready, and then it'll like have that just gelatinous boil to it. If you get shit bacon and it's just like fucking chewy and minging, that's because they've let it boil and it's not cooked at a hot enough temperature straight away. Or they'll just cook it too hot and not like render it a bit, and they'll just like fry it, burn it, and then you'll still have that little strip in the middle. What you want to do is render it out a touch first, let the fat render out, reduce it a bit down, then fucking crank the heat up, get it nice and hot. And that's what we do with this daft cunt, is the wicks of the dreads would act as a slow cooker, if you will, and they'll just slowly start to... She'll still be on fire, obviously, but it'll be a lower fire. And then once that starts to take hold and burn some of the fat off her, I mean, I know she looks small, but you've got to remember her diet will almost be entirely nut milk. And nuts have
oils as well. It's going to be like oils. They're flammable.
She's going to be covered in essential
fucking
oils.
Seasoned.
It'll be very ironic that the thing that she puts on herself to heal herself of any issues will actually contribute to the cause of death. Because the essential oils will act as an accelerant once they fucking really soak into material and that. Then she'll like fry twice, almost like Korean fried chicken. And then I reckon she'd probably taste quite nice. It's the only form in which I would accept being in her presence.
I thought he was going to say the only way you'd accept cannibalism.
No. There's loads of stages I'd have before that. 100%.
Fair enough. I've with you saying about people making.
Have we said enough about her?
Well, we can do. You know, I don't remember what else we were going to.
I am happy to move on. It's just I'm glad you brought up, because I wouldn't have brought her up on the show. Because I didn't want to put you... I've thought about sending her to you, and I thought, I don't want to put you through this.
No, I've seen her before. I saw her, I think, a year and a half ago, and then she disappeared, and I thought, oh, good, flash in the pan. And then it started to be reaction videos, which I think maybe she's paid for, because that's a mint way to advertise.
100%.
To get people to do reaction videos about you, to get your face everywhere. She's just the equivalent, again, of... fucking hell, I was going to say... Myra Hills, but I don't even know who that would be. The girl that was going on about saving the planet and Andrew Tate and Taylor Swift.
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah. I don't know whether Myra Hills. I was thinking Myra Hindley, possibly.
You were, mate.
Who's Hills though? Who's Hills?
I don't know, but it's
Hills. Well, I was thinking one leg with Hills. Don't know. The woman that was married to fucking Billy Campbell, Paul McCartney, as you call him. The fucking...
That's Heather McCartney.
Oh, I thought it was Heather Mills.
Heather Mills, yeah, Heather Mills.
Hill. That's why I was seeing one leg. But still, you got them. They're the sort of like archetypes for certain types of people.
Yes.
It's like she's just the new one emerging.
Nah, she's because she's not actually bothered.
People off conspiracies as well.
Nah,
because people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to be a." Or is it to try and lure people in?
It's
I
to
can
try and lure
imagine quite
people
a
in.
lot of teenage lads are going to look at her and go, "Oh,
That's
she's
exactly
a bit
it.
weird." She's like Suicide Girls of the modern day.
What she actually is the equivalent of. Have you or did you see like the rise of, like, accounts from especially like Israel? Like women in the Israeli army or women in the Russian army to basically bait people in from their sides to join the army, and it was like, this is what life's like, and it was just like regiments of fit lasses, loads of like Instagram reels, obviously fucking state sponsored, state filmed, and these women maybe don't even work. They're probably not even in the army, but they were
might quite possibly not even Israeli.
No. Well, probably Israeli for that. Yeah.
Oh, what is it that makes?
Not if they were Russian anyway. Well, just they're probably Israeli. You're not trying to bait me into something here that I'm not going to fall into. They just, who else would line up for that job? You know what I mean? There's certainly a large group of people who you could cut out of ever applying for that job, and anyone else who goes into it. Can't show your face for a while, can you? Anyway, like they would bait them in to be like, "Oh, look, the army's class. Look, you get given this gun and you can go and like fucking shoot bands and that. It's dead canny, really good. 10 out of 10. Do recommend." She is another disinformation fucking hatred drug come to me. She's a siren. She's a fucking siren of the fucking crystal cut folk.
Of the people that live in the cars and through choice.
People who live in the car through choice.
Sort of people.
And think of themselves better than us for doing so.
Yeah.
I'm actually better than you because somehow I'm actually at one with nature. Although I live in a thing that churns out so much fucking diesel smoke that gets pumped straight in the environment. And every night I actually pull up on thousands of little creatures that are on the floors of the place where I choose to stay. And then every night I piss outside on them.
Yeah, poisoning them.
Yeah.
With all the acid that they've been eating through the night to get through living in a van.
Yeah. It's usually Valium, actually.
Not many people are doing that sober. Whether you live in a car through choice or not, you're not getting through it sober.
No.
Imagine
if you
being
are,
sober,
you're a fucking psycho.
Yeah. You're waiting for someone. If you're living in a car, you're staking something out. Like that's you're a predator.
An opportunist, I think you'll find, is the right term.
Yeah, yes, either or, really, isn't it?
So, what was the next topic on your agenda?
My next topic is, seeing as though we've kind of closely mentioned the unmentionable, there is a US congressman I watched a video of today, of a video that got posted I think yesterday or last night. I've been on BitChute again, Jimmy. I went back on BitChute today for the first time in ages.
Do you know what? Fantastic, Jack, because are you back on the meds now?
Yes.
Spotify, people who are just on Spotify should get the Patreon just for the episode where Jack wasn't quite on his meds yet. It's good to see that, like, those.
Well, I took a break without knowing.
I think, well, you didn't know, but I think Inner Jack might have had an idea, and he was trying to get out.
Screaming, but he's like, I've had enough of this. Clawing at the sides.
But I like that you are back on the meds, but you've still gone back to BitChute, because that means that we're gonna get is some actual entertainment rather than, I've bought into something again.
Right, so this guy is a US congressman. I didn't get his name, didn't catch his name, but he did a talk in public to I imagine his constituency or whatever it is they call it over there. And looks like quite a small room though, so maybe a discreet affair, maybe like they're trying to catch him out. And his suggestion to deal with the unmentionable was that we Hiroshima it. And they were the words he used, which seems, quite a strong statement to make.
Yeah.
What he said? Go on. He'd like to treat the event into Hiroshima. That was his way of... He didn't want any more... None that he was like, oh, we shouldn't be sending aid, we shouldn't be using aid, we shouldn't be using this. We shouldn't... Basically in retaliation to the news stories of the past couple of days with people on the aid side supposedly being injured, killed, or whatever. He now wants... He's like, oh, that's terrible. Let's nuke them all.
At least someone's honest.
I mean, there is that, but
at least someone's
a hell of a response, though. Like, our people are there getting hurt. Let's kill everybody.
I would like to clarify that I don't agree with his sentiment.
No, me neither.
But at least he's honest and is providing. He's not sitting on the fence, which is like what America does in this situation, because it feeds the hand that is strangling the children.
And feeds the children as well, so the hand can strangle them longer. Gives them a breathing tube.
Well, this is the thing, man. This is exactly what I was going to say. Because in the same week, the US abstained from a vote on where they would usually support or have been supporting right now, action against Israel, or action from the UN to be you have to have a ceasefire, etc. And in literally the day after, where they were massive announcement, US have abstained. Netanyahu's fucking fuming, livid. He's fucking off his box. I think that's what was said in the press. To those exact words. And then the next day it was America's sent them $330 million worth of fucking missiles and shit like that. You're like, what's the point? I remember when I used to, I would watch fucking thingy documentaries, Adam Curtis documentaries, and they would talk about Russia, and Russia being you never know what Russia's up to. Russia survives and thrives because it's always backing different sides of loads of arguments, and you never really know what's happening, etc. And American man, what you doing? What you actually doing? You're doing the same thing. You're playing the same book, and you're trying to point the other side out as mad cunts. It's
just to properly start a new proxy war, isn't it? But we're not supposed to be talking about this side of things. Had an idea.
As soon as you said it, I was like, we're going into the thing
we can get away from this quite easily and quickly with an idea I had before of how we can kind of prove that real internet trolls don't actually exist and that they're all, pretend. Because if real internet trolls existed, what they'd do is they'd make adverts on websites that say, tap this video, because it's going to, they're going to delete this video. This video won't remain here for long. And then when you click it, it's just child porn with malware attached to it so they can blackmail you at a later date.
I mean, that happens to a degree, doesn't it? But it's not trolls, it's mainly scammers.
Oh.
But you've actually almost helped us fucking segue into something that I've been looking at, which was
child porn. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. The death of the show.
Imagine if this was just the admittance live on air. Actually, this week what I've been doing is delving into some real dark libraries, and I've been having a hell of a time.
You'd be surprised by how much they can take.
Yeah, honestly, mate, it's both in
meterage and just in endurance. The way it snaps back afterwards.
Oh no! It was almost something like blackmail to this effect. So I was looking into a little motherfucker who had sick discords, basically, that started horrible discords. Discords.
Okay. Yeah, I get what discords are.
Discords run by a few people that became that they would initially share gore. Share horrible seeds.
Yeah.
Share shit like fucking CP and all that fucking horrible bollocks. But then what they would do is they would rope lasses
clown posses. For those that don't understand the abbreviation, clown posses.
Yeah,
it's
clown posses.
Juggalo stuff.
But ones that are taking their meds so they're not insane.
Yeah.
So they would rope lasses into these discords and then fucking chat them up. And these people would
all this stuff's just flicking up as well, and then
yeah, but you got to think they want to fit in and shit like that. Or they do it in DMs and stuff, and they'd send each other playbooks on how to fucking attract lasses and how to rope them and basically fucking groom them. And
why don't nice people do that for each other? Just be like, look, I want to help you get your end away.
They do.
Use these tips.
It's called the blokes in the pub who were like always sounding when you first started drinking, when you were 18, they were like in their 30s or something, or maybe a bit old, and they were just like, "Oh man, just fucking go and talk to her, man. She's looking at you."
I've only had that once. I started drinking in the pub when I was 14. My mum and dad used to take me, or maybe 13, and I lied about my age. So I had my 18th birthday in there like 3 times. They just thought I was joking. But I only had that once, and that was in Japan. When one of the guys I was getting pissed with, who was like 50, he just came and tapped me on the shoulder, pointed at a woman across the way on a bench, and just went, "I saw her looking at you, go and talk to her." And I was like, yeah, all right, yeah. Hammered. I walked over, and then we just filmed each other on her phone.
Fantastic.
It was a weird experience.
Fantastic.
But yeah, that's the only time anyone's ever given me like actual actionable advice like that.
Fantastic. But that's who those people are. It's fucking Steve in the pub. All right, mate. Fucking, she's been giving you the eye, mate. And you go in,
they love it. They're
giving
like,
you a little bump in the toilet. "Oh, you don't tell your fucking dad I give you that, son, right? But hey, give you this. You stay out of trouble, mind. If I give you this, you got to promise you're not going to fucking go out." I know them lads you've been hanging around with down there. Little fucking Mickey, his mum and dad's wrong-uns, mate. His dad's fucking nicks cars every weekend, man. His mum's bang on the speed, so maybe he's not fucking... If Mickey ever asks you to go halves on a bag, just say no, mate, because he's never going to pay you. But that fucking little lass you've been looking at, Laura, canny bird, man. Mother and father, sound folk, known them for years. You fucking look after yourselves, and you have another little key before we get them back in. Wipe your nose, wipe your nose. Don't... man, it's your mum. Me and your mum have been going to school together and that, man.
Stop breathing out as I put it near your face. Fucking idiot.
You fucking coughed it in the toilet, man. What are you doing?
Get that now.
Always wasting stuff. When I were a kid, more cake was on your face than it was in the fucking plate and in your mouth, wasn't it? No different. Come on, let's go. That is the sort of positive masculinity we need in life.
It is. Never had it.
Well, it exists, mate. But in this place, it doesn't. They would get fucking... I've just turned it back into black. We went so bright there. I loved him. He was great.
But he's not coming back. He's not a recurring character.
You never know.
Uncle John.
We might need... It was Steve, I think.
Steve, sorry. Yeah. Steve. Uncle Steve.
Yeah. He might return.
The return of Uncle Steve.
So... These cunts would, after they'd brought glasses in...
It's only been 6 months. It was supposed to be 12. He's been on his best behaviour. Uncle Steve's back, and he's back with a limp.
He got done for selling dodgy Amazon Fire Sticks.
He got done for selling 25% cut cocaine to teenagers, but he's back on the streets.
No, man, he never sold it to the kids. He'd give it to the kids, but he'd never sell it to them.
Still supply. They'd still have him, wouldn't they?
But his main charge was dodgy Amazon Fire Sticks. Streaming Sky Sports and that for fucking free.
Cody Steve.
Yeah, Cody Steve. That's who he is on Telegram if you want to message him for a fucking Amazon Fire Stick. But these cunts would get lasses in, fucking basically groom them, get them to sell them nudes and shit like that, and then blackmail them with them and be like, just make their lives hell, man. They would like get them to cut their names into them on live stream and stuff. They got one lass to chop the head off a fucking hamster. All this grim shit. Then some lad filmed himself stabbing someone. Then someone filmed themselves or live streamed themselves raping someone. And these sites were ran like this main Discord, which was like a number. It's like 754 or something like that. It's not hard to find. Was run by like it started.
I just like the idea that there might have been another 753 before it that failed.
Well, there were a few.
We've lost it. You know the number now, guys. Just another one on the end.
The first big one was called Cult, and that was like a big gore and like fucking shock one that started off like a load of people like left that, or when that got closed down, then spread out. And this Brad lad
like that on Reddit, Cult something or Cult or whatever, or maybe just Cult.
Yeah. Well, this lad started this Discord when he was 16, man.
Fucking
like only 18 this year when he got caught, and he was already like
so
responsible.
He's been doing it just a couple of years
for so many fucking grim acts, man. Like that he'd personally got, and he'd like passed on this playbook of how to rope people in. It was fucking grim, but that sort of proves your point that trolls to that extent do exist, because that's exactly what they were fucking doing.
That's mad, that.
Also, like, if you don't stop that person now, there's bodies. However, it's linked because
He's
somehow...
saying this with a smile, ladies and gentlemen.
Somehow, a woman involved in all of this was the one who stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop during the fucking raid on the White House, or raid on fucking Capitol Hill.
Wow. So it all linked again. Conspiracy theories don't exist, Jack, but everything links to something else.
I've brought you one for once. There's actually real. As in, like, this didn't start from the start being like, this is like a conspiracy thing. These are just things that happen to interlock. There's a woman involved in it all. I'm not sure if she was, I think she was like one of the people on the site or something like that. She was the one who was trying to sell Nancy Pelosi's laptop.
Fucking hell. As if you'd struggle with that. Why would that be the place you'd try to sell it as well? Just for the kudos? For the
No, not on that Discord.
Points, for the nitro?
No, not on that Discord.
Oh, right. I thought
she was selling them elsewhere. She just happened to be the one.
I was going to say, you're really limiting your market, innit? Just fucking belt Russia, China. Hello, is that CCP? Oh, hello, I've got something you might like to see.
And they go, oh, sorry, we made the laptop. We already know everything that's on there. It's fine. And we've already shared
that so you would find it.
We've already shared it. We've already shared it with Russia. Don't worry. So I don't know who you're going to sell that. That laptop's practically
Kim's
useless.
not answered his phone for a while, though. Try Kim.
Yeah, you'll have to ring the landline. He ain't got a mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I want to get off the sick bit, but that was just
that's
a little bit. Like it was. It was a little bit of an example of like the fucking darkness. I've also been a little bit into... Nah, they'll save that for it. That's got to be a Patreon one.
Oh,
it's grimmer.
Oh, speaking of women as well, just as a little... To break the fourth wall, hello to our lady listener. I just found out just before this from a comment on YouTube, a listener's girlfriend joined the Patreon, so we've got female listeners, which is a surprise, to be honest.
Is it?
I didn't really expect that.
I didn't expect us to have any listeners, Jack.
Well, we know that we've got, 5? Because they've joined the Patreon.
I'm still convinced some of those might be bots or accidental clicks when they were looking for something else.
Well, if you're listening to this and thinking, I want to wear the Patreons, patreon.com/truthseek, and it'll be in the description underneath.
Now, less fucking sharking and fucking shelling things out, and let's actually talk about stuff that could or could not be happening.
Well, this is definitely happening. There's messages in songs, isn't there? So I did a little bit of a bit in that, a little bit of a dip in my toe. I've never really looked at reverse messages in songs before.
Right, reverse messages?
Yeah, you know when you play it backwards.
Have you just been playing songs backwards all week?
No. I've been listening to other people play songs. I don't know how to do that. Otherwise, I'd be doing everything backwards. I'd like to watch episodes of The Simpsons backwards to see what messages are hidden in that.
It's not. You can do that, you know. You can do that. Yes.
Well, that might be some Patreon content then at some point, or content for somewhere. Because I'll do that and then make notes of what's in it. Because there's got to be a reason it's so successful. Because some of these musicians that this person
we had one of the best writers' rooms of all time.
But it hasn't for years.
Yeah, because it's already gained momentum.
Yeah, but so there must be something keeping it there.
There's loads of stuff that is like proper mediocre, that is still white bread, right? Is shit. Is shit.
But
we
until Abe sliced it in 1962.
Something like that. Whatever you're going on with, I'm with you. I
thought that's where you were going with it.
No, but it's just something that's shit, and we all still fucking buy it because we've all bought it for fucking years. Simpsons, same shit, man. Simpsons is white bread.
Well, you can't say that.
It was once a great beast. It was once a fucking conqueror of empires. You couldn't go anywhere on the planet without seeing white bread, and it was good because it was made properly. And then E-numbers and other bollocks come about, and now white bread is just grown in a petri dish. It's shit. In Russia, it's either solid or hollow, depending on the video you watch. You can either stand on it like a brick or crush it into a very small, like marble shape, depending on where you got it from. And now it's The Simpsons.
Fantastic. I can follow that. Some of these artists, right, that this guy had been listening to and finding these messages in, he had some of the rock music stuff towards the end, but the start of it made me think that I think think this guy's just been caught listening to music, and then maybe some of his more homophobic friends have caught him, and he's been like, no, I don't actually like it. Look, I'm playing them backwards, because it was Britney Spears, Lana Del Rey, Beyonce, Gwen Stefani, Katy
for all
Perry,
the big ones,
all of that sort of tripe.
Yep.
But there was one that really did, like, I was listening to them. I wasn't so much watching the video, just listening and trying to see if I could figure out the messages. But the one that stood out to me was a song by Britney Spears called I'm a Slave to You.
Yes.
And backwards, that's genuinely terrifying.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, I heard a bit of it, and I was like, I didn't, I'll be dead honest, I knew like three. I knew the Lana Del Rey song, and I recognised a couple of the Beyonce songs, but... Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I didn't recognise that. That had passed me by completely. But
tune and a half, mate.
Backwards, horrible.
Yes, but you're not meant to listen to it backwards, daft cunt.
Yeah, but it goes with the music video, which is the weird thing. The others didn't. The other videos, right, when they're played in reverse, look like they're played in reverse. When you watch this I'm a Slave to You in reverse, it makes it look like they've filmed quite a bit of it in reverse.
What if they have?
Well, that's the thing. That's what was make me wonder. Maybe he did. Maybe that's why Coldplay recorded Yellow in reverse.
Quite a few have.
He learned it bit by bit, didn't he, to do
Yes,
the video
he did.
backwards.
But he's not the first person to do that.
But what if that was a nod to it being like, you need to, this is real, they make us do this, fucking, and then he's the only reason.
What do you mean this is a nod? They make us do this. Why not? This is a thing to do in a music video, because there's only finite amount of ideas we can put in a music videos. We've got a backwards bit.
Though. There isn't a finite amount. They can do all sorts in a music video. You can make them like TV shows. You could make it just a static picture of a peach before you have to record it backwards.
No one would watch it.
But they might, for the novelty.
No, they wouldn't. Because that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
If they were big enough, if they had the momentum.
No, that's not how it works.
Use your own argument against
That's not how it works. Because the key with it is that you have to have something. So you have Beyonce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce. What I'm trying to say with this momentum thing, right? You have to keep themes. So yes, Simpsons might not have the same writers anymore, so it might not be as funny. But all the Simpsons look like the Simpsons still. The Simpsons all still come on the screen and do Simpsons shit before then something else comes on that's after the Simpsons. Beyonce has a song out. People in the video want to see fucking Beyonce to some degree, either performing the song or doing some sort of emotional acting piece to the song, some sort of dance, something that you might see in like an aftershave advert where they give you like someone running miles away along like a weather-torn fucking beach, and they run out on some ruin and it's all blue for some reason and it's raining, and then fucking at the end they go, Beyonce. Something like that. What they're not going to fucking watch, or what they'd find fucking weird, is if they put, new Beyonce tunes out, let's put the video on, and it's just static on the page with a peach. They'd be like, new Beyonce tune's bit shit, this isn't like her at all.
Bit of statement though, innit? Like, this is where I fall apart though here, because I forget that the things I like aren't what the majority likes. I think the best music video was by, I think they were called Junior Senior.
Yeah, it's a beauty. Move your body.
That's fucking Squirrel, the killer squirrel getting about running people over.
It's a great video.
Fucking mint.
Great video. One of the best videos of all time, if we're going to go down this road, which is...
But we're not, because this is a boring conversation.
No.
I want to get back to the Chris Martin point before we're too far away from it.
All right, but before we do that...
Go on.
The Salmon Dance by Chemical Brothers with the fish tank and the rapping fish is fucking incredible. Now, carry on.
The street song as well with the dogs.
No. We're going back to your thing. You can't then...
that's fine.
You wanted to go back just now. You can't then...
Now I'm thinking about speaking animals. But which has put a smile on my face for some
reason. It
has
actually, mate.
I don't know why.
Yeah, you're really happy about speaking animals, aren't you?
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I like that they're watching and they're thinking to themselves stuff, and there's nothing they can do about it.
See, what you should do is put...
They're just in fear. Why am I here?
You should put like little set of recorded messages in your things that you make, in your items.
But
like,
not tell people and put them on delays of like 78 hours.
Yeah, something. Yeah. No, you say press here, but the push doesn't automatically activate the sound. It starts the timer. which could be randomized, and then you've got it to record like 5 preset scenes, and they're all like, "Oh, have you left the back door open again?" And then like, I don't know. Then you give it fucking 35.
Open the window.
Yeah. My last death was because of Maltesers.
That curtain just moved.
No, it didn't. Yes, it did.
I think the baby's dead.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, you should do that. Just an idea.
So, Chris Martin, right? I think my point is with this backwards video he did.
He wasn't the first.
Well, we'll get onto who else did it in a second if you can remember who else did it.
I do.
He's very good friends, supposedly, or at least was, with Jay-Z. And people always thought that was strange. That because they used to go and see each other at concerts and that, and watch each other, and supposedly they were very good friends. And he'd go and watch Beyonce and that, and they all got along. And I thought to myself before, what if he did this as a little bit of, Coldplay are good, but they were good for a bit in the eyes of the public, but not many people actually really enjoyed the music outside of maybe the scientists.
Oh, Americans love them though.
Oh, see,
the problem is, like, obviously in the UK, we look at Coldplay from the eyes of British people of like, use a shite use, and mums love them. That's the rule. That's the rule. Mums and wet wipes love Coldplay. Any lad that likes Coldplay drinks Foster's and has no crack.
Foster's is a terrible drink.
It's a Coldplay drink. It's the Coldplay of drinks. 100%. So, like, you could discredit any of them, and the rest of us look at Coldplay and go, he was a shite. Americans fucking lap that shit up, man. They lap that shit up.
Well, maybe they just fell for him then, Jay-Z and Beyonce. But my thing was, what if it's a whole keep your friends close and your enemies closer kind of thing?
You reckon?
And Jay-Z and Beyonce figured out they couldn't turn Chris Martin and his band of merry men, even after they decided, we're going to kill your side act about 10 years ago or whenever it was. And they killed all them young lads. So they died in a crash. Maybe Chris Martin and that had spoke from Coldplay.
What?
It was a band, a British band. They were relatively new, but they were... what's it called when a supporting act for Coldplay in Coldplay's tour, doing that with them. Right. But he died in a crash, and I thought it was a bit suspicious, and I thought maybe that's why Coldplay sort of carried on releasing music but was never as culturally relevant, because they wouldn't sign up to the whole devil worshipping thing and putting Hail Satan and I miss you Satan and open the door, open the door, open the door when you play the songs backwards. Like, because at least they weren't in these montage videos I've watched today. There wasn't any Coldplay songs in them. I'm happy to be proven wrong.
Chris Martin is too boring to be in a cult.
Well, that might be the thing, though. And we can't turn him. We've got to keep him close.
Yeah.
So we know what he's up to, what his game is, and then maybe he talked these people into this other band. Don't listen to them. They're going to give you all these sorts of promises, but they're going to want you to do X, Y, and Z to open portals to the netherworld for when the eclipse happens in 8th of April 2024, and they can reactivate CERN and the portal can open and we can all be killed by the demons as they come through and inhabit the bodies that they've been freezing in the cryogenic tanks that was on the news the other day, coincidentally. But they're like, right, well, Jay-Z overheard it, and he's like, oh yeah, Diddy's going down in a few years. He's bound to. That leaves me a little, I can take his place. I'll be the apple in that power tussle. I'll grow into the space of that fallen apple, take his realm over, take his world for the love of Baal. And then he's like, kill his little underlings though. Can't have them stepping aside as well and following Chris Martin. Chris Martin could be like an angel kind of thing, hidden. And that's why his music's boring. Because he's got to hide in plain sight.
Because he's got to be pure. And went out, and he was going out with fucking Gwyneth Paltrow, who, as we've seen, has since turned into basically the hyper version of that annoying cunt we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like
that's definitely someone who's got to have sold the soul to some extent, though. There.
Yeah.
They've been in a Marvel film as well, so that immediately, if someone's in a Marvel film, you've got to think to yourself, probably sold your soul there.
Yeah, definitely. But she has obviously tried to counter her time in Hollywood by then selling candles of her fanny, which is the only way you can. I mean, it's a little known fact, but when you're in the right circles, It's sex magic in it. Like it's the way to absolve yourself of any crime.
There's got to be some form of sex magic on it.
Is to sell candles of your own fanny, because that will actually restore balance in the world for that
Vaginal
time.
wax though sounds horrible, doesn't it? Like it's the idea of making it out of vaginal wax, like it's this clumpy substance that you whip out of it and carve into a candle, shove a wick through.
Yeah.
Imagine if she just puts the wick in though. She gets the wick on the length, attaches the little bit of metal to the outside so she can pull it out like a tampon, and then she just wakes up the next morning, whips it out like a candle out of Shrek's ear.
Like she's laid an egg. I wouldn't be surprised if any celebrity could lay eggs. I'd put money on it being Gwyneth Paltrow. It seems to me like she would be like, actually, it turns out the standard human pregnancy is really damaging to the environment, and it totally throws out your circadian rhythms and your chakras. So what I've done is actually taken a combination of almond oils along with frankincense and a little bit of this Indonesian child's bollock hair, and with that I have managed to make a potion that enables me to now lay eggs. And I'll be exclusively laying eggs. And this is how I actually managed to be vegan, but also get protein, is by eating my own eggs. And
that's a power move as well, isn't it, amongst women? If they're like, look,
just eating
I'm
your own
unhatched
young.
In the amount of children I've had, I'm going to start eating my own ovum.
Yeah. That is it's a power move. And this is, again, this is one of those secret signals from the elite being like, this is how powerful I am. I'm going to reign forever. I'm even happy to eat my own children because I'm the one fucking running this shit. So I'm with you. Chris Martin is definitely boring enough to be some sort of angel, because angels have to be boring as fuck. They can't have any fun. You can't do anything good. That means Chris Martin might actually be enduring his whole career might be like a humiliation ritual.
So he can fall and join Lucifer.
So he's got it, because God's like, God, I'll put that in the brackets, whichever one that may be, has been like, I need to send you down there, but you're well boring, Chris.
That's why he's sending him down there. He's like, I've got a really important mission.
Yeah. It's not actually that important. It doesn't matter.
Really important mission.
Doesn't matter to God. Jay-Z doesn't matter.
No, it's like, they're idiots. It's nonsense.
But
they can never free Lucifer. He's trapped there forever. I made the rules.
In order to go down there, you've got to do some shit, and like you're too pure, so you're gonna have to suffer some humiliation. So that's where Coldplay came from. You're gonna have to perform really poorly written songs to mams.
I think if a musician has to put on a big spectacle of a show, then they can't stand on their music. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what his shows were known for, innit? Like, they did some of them big light shows and stuff like that. You think, come on, man.
I think that was also the bringing in of an age of, like, with everyone
social
having
media,
everything, handheld devices, people having entertainment and everything they want, and everything flashy and glitzy at the fucking, like literally at the click of a finger. So, like, the performances have to be eye-catching, and nowadays it's not good enough to just see a performer. There's got to be other shit going on. So that, unfortunately, although they contributed to it, is sort of part and parcel of how the entertainment industry went at that time.
Imagine if it had gone the other way, like fucking like BCM in Magaluf kind of music events, but across the world, where it's like, oh, here's a DJ, and by the way, if you look at stage 2 and 3, there's about 8 people shagging each other in front of you, and that's what.
And this is it, folks. Welcome to music.
Was.
I'd fucking love that, mate. If they actually took a look at, like, if America took a look at Boomtown or something in its early days, and were like, so we've actually seen how you run a festival, and it's not just have like day events where no one camps and everything's like sponsored by Smirnoff. What we actually have here are a collection of tents and a lot of mobile homes filled with not the people that are like that lass we were talking about who lives in a mobile home and raps. She doesn't live in that mobile house. She lives in a fucking penthouse. We both know that to be true. I mean,
that's
real
a studio inside her penthouse.
I mean, people who have driven 12 LDV vans in convoy from Bristol, who formerly had those camped on like some sort of industrial estate with a horse and a few dogs. Now they're there selling ket. and they're making a fortune. There's some 220 BPM fucking ragga techno going on back there. And if you ask that mush round there, it'll give you a packet of fruit gums laced with LSD. Welcome to England. It's pissing down. If that was what went round the world, I'd still be into music. I'd still be in music. I would
probably be into going outside.
Yeah.
If you could rely on, like, you knew...
Don't we sound like two old bastards?
I've
Things are too
like
glitz and glamour in my day.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, while I'm on, and none of our listeners are going to be fucking grime fans or anything like that. That's happened
there's a couple.
That's happened with all the fucking tunes, even the tunes that are like underground music as well. Drill's well overproduced now. Every beat sounds the fucking same. Grime was fucking so much better. Drill, the rhyme patterns are absolutely shit. Everyone uses literally the same vocabulary all the time. There's no variation. There's no variation in flow half the time either. Grime fucking paved the way for you to do great things. I hear there's like 2% of the drill tunes I ever hear that I'm like, there's something different going on there. That's actually quite nice. Grime fucking set the fucking formula for you. All you had to do was take the legs and run with it.
But there's a conspiracy though there within grime, isn't there? That grime was going a certain direction, and then a lot of people seem to... I know it was to piss him off, but a lot of people seem to blame Chipmunk, and they were like, people now think that this is what grime is.
Nah.
So the people tried to replicate what he was doing, even though he'd already made his chops kind of thing.
I don't think so. I think that's a bit of bollocks. That's people... That's people talking shit because they want to talk about purism and want to talk about things as if they wouldn't do stuff for money, when really, in reality, an artist's got to make money. And Chipmunk, he would go out and make chart-topping tunes and that were cheesy as fuck, but then he'd drop a mixtape like fucking 2 weeks later or something, send for every other MC and smash them. So, like...
True.
A lot of artists did that. Wiley did that. Skepta did that. They all did it. What fucking Wearing My Rolex? What the fuck's that shit tune? But it made him a
holiday
fortune.
song or what summer song or whatever it was.
Dizzy. Dizzy with Calvin Harris. Fucking what? Awful
terrible
tunes. But would still fucking kill everyone in a fucking in a clash. You know what I mean? So I don't ever blame artists for getting money, because I know what it's like putting your ass into fucking putting so much work into shit for music and not getting anything, and just doing gig after gig after gig after gig for free.
People say I'm an artist and I've got an OnlyFans. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of similar, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, mate. To a degree, yes. In some very strange roundabout way. Yeah, it is.
I'm the Chipmunk of Taxidermy.
That's the title of the show. Have we got any more? We've gone loose on the conspiracies. I feel like we need
tried to bring a couple in, innit, with the backwards music.
I want to go back. I want to cycle back, because there's something that I wanted to bring up at the time, but you were in full flow and I didn't want to stop you. You said something got brought up this week about cryo chambers, or...
Yeah, have you not seen them?
Please, start from the top.
It starts off, when you're looking into it a little bit, that it's these... the news thing itself, they claim that it's just the heads and torsos.
Just say the thing, because you just started that 10 different ways.
I'm trying to think, innit? That's why I'm trying to put it in order in my head. So there's heads and torsos in cryogenic chambers.
Where?
To put, according to the news.
Where?
I saw. It was in America somewhere. And these were also had some form of a link with China, and which I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I've not made notes about this. This is just purely what I can remember from about 3 nights ago at like 1 a.m, skimming through fucking things. So then they were collecting them, but they've been doing it for years, collecting these bodies, and it's this whole, are they alive or are they not alive? And what I found suspicious about this was that this news story seems to have surfaced around the exact time that 3-body problem has become a big program, and that's one of the things that happens in that. A brain gets cryogenically frozen and sent off into space. It's not alive, it's not dead. So it's that concurrent programming again, where something's happening on Netflix and it's happening on the news. But the conspiracy of it all is that this is being brought into public knowledge now because of CERN activating on the 8th of April this year, supposedly, or during the 3-day eclipse that's being prophesized and by scientists and conspiracy theorists alike. But I don't understand how it's 3 days, but it keeps being referenced as a 3-day eclipse. But in reality, it's going to last for about 6 hours. So I don't get where the 3-day thing is. I can't find where the 3-day thing's coming from, but that's what people are referring to it as. But CERN's being activated during that, even though CERN supposedly isn't even going to be underneath the eclipse. North America's going to be under the eclipse, so Europe isn't going to be anywhere near it, which again is strange.
Yeah, almost like it's not linked.
But people think it is, and I think it is because all of these things also, which is strange. And again, the strange thing is this 3-body problem, unless they've purposely held off on releasing it because they knew, oh, there's going to be an eclipse here and that'll be good for marketing, which is fucking genius if that's what they've done. But there's an element of an eclipse within that, which is a main pivot of the storyline. And we picked up on the eclipse last week or the week before, where that place in America was closing down the town and getting the army in and that to defend against the eclipse. We spoke about that.
Defend against the eclipse. That sounds more intimidating. They're going to
trying to fight the darkness.
They're going to shoot the sun. They're just going to shoot the sun.
Yeah, man, they're Americans. They're doing what they know.
This is true, yeah. They're going to just body it.
We need guns.
Yeah, that's the only way.
It's going to be dark. We need guns.
That's the way to do it. Tactical gear. Weaponry, plated armor, night vision.
So that's the cryogenic things, and people think the whole purpose of it, because no one is, for what I saw about these cryogenic freezers, nothing is referring to them as people, nothing's referring to them as full-bodied. The references I saw was all to do with just head and torso, so as if the arms and legs have been removed, which is strange.
Got a few ideas,
but a lot of people think it's because a portal or a doorway or the veil will be broken or the barrier between dimensions will be broken, and it's a way to allow certain creatures, interdimensional entities, to take form in the world.
I've got a few ideas.
Go on.
You're gonna like half of it. You're not gonna like the other half.
Are you gonna suggest more?
Because I'm with you and I'm not.
Okay.
I'll get the bit over with first that I'm not with. The 3-body problem bit where you're like fucking. I'm seeing this programming on Netflix and then happening. There are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of things on Netflix TV to watch. You could find a link in any one there with something that's currently happening.
Yeah,
wait.
Okay.
The book, The 3-Body Problem, came out in 2008.
Ah, okay.
So that blows your eye there out the water. However, because I can fucking see little Jack's inside being like, nah, the idea, my idea is foolproof. My idea is foolproof. Don't come near me. I imagine it to be like the little thing that crawls inside the mush in Men in Black, the first one. That's what I imagine little Jack to be.
It's more like what Fred Flintstone says, but just like speech impediment and angry instead.
Well, what I think, it's the food mafia.
Do you think?
I reckon that obviously for years like you say, there was trends where they wanted us to eat all the Italian stuff, so they got us onto the pasta and shit. Well, there are billions of people in China, yeah. That is what I would call a sustainable crop. No,
Chinese people.
Just people. Yeah. People in general, but specifically Chinese. But you got to imagine, Chinese people must taste nice. They're used to spices and whatnot. They probably taste pretty good. Again, render the fat, because they eat a lot of pork, and I reckon you're sound. If they can get it. Apart from that, they eat stuff cooked in dirty oil from the streets and stuff. But so do we. Who hasn't had a kebab? Who hasn't had a minging kebab? So what this might be is the food mafia being like, hey, we want to test a new crap. We want to get a new food stuff in the fucking food pyramid over here. We think the people it's like the ultimate vegan thing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get the people. We'll fucking get them. We'll get them with their own fucking flesh. And now he's changed from like New York. He went fucking Aussie, mate. Bloody fucking yeah, with the fucking food mafia, mate. We're going to try and introduce human meat to the Chinese market. But you can't just go out there and be like, wait, you can't. You get them to eat themselves. The whole point is the Chinese are going to eat themselves in the end. But you've got to introduce them onto it. And
bit of Ouroboros sort of thing going on.
Well, no, think about it like this. Think like when you were a kid, you didn't want to eat spicy foods and that straight away, so you had something that was palatable. So if you're going to feed someone human straight away, what better human to feed them than one that's only eating like processed cheese, beef burgers, like fucking fries, all very easily, like just neutral foods that anyone can palate and anyone can stomach. And then once they've been like, oh, this new special meat we're getting in all the fucking meal ration packs we get out here in glorious CCP land, pretty nice. I'm ready to try the hot one that they've just brought out. And the hot one's actually like their fucking unwanted sister or something. And the food mafia is just branching out into a new market. It's basically it's the next pasta.
Just farming the Chinese people.
Just farming Chinese people.
Maybe that's why they've gotten them so used to abandoning the little girls up hilltops, so they can come and collect all them and then put them in a sort of like Soylent Green style factory.
They just go
to
about,
make them keep birthing kids like in Blade.
They just go about at night. We're like, yeah, that's the exact scenario I'm thinking of. Is the blood bank bit from Blade?
Yeah. But instead, it's just some lad on a cherry picker going and impregnating every Chinese woman that's been abandoned and grown up.
Yeah.
And then they can harvest the children and then build another warehouse.
And there'll be one of those in every Amazon fucking factory soon. And I mean, I'm not. It's sustainable.
It is.
You've got a variation. You can have.
You can force them to consent to it as well, which is what the vegans want.
Yeah,
vegans are like cows and that can't consent to this, but. You can torture a person enough to make them consent to it.
Yeah, if you shock someone for long enough, they will say yes, and at which point it's absolutely fine.
Be good as well to starve them as well. Starve them for long enough, and then they'll say yes, and you just like itchy and scratchy them, and you take a little chunk of the stomach out and feed it to them.
Yeah, food mafia just bringing in the next bit of meat for us, doing us a good job. I think we're going to end on that.
Service, yeah.
Good night. Bless the food mafia.